fast you can get out of debt.
Be looking back at action from round 3.
Where Oliver slides out, comes right back with the left hand and looks to mix it up and go back down to the body. There he comes over with the right as he pulls himself away.
This fight is scheduled for 8 rounds. George Kimball, how do you have it scored through 3?
30-27, Mike Oliver right now.
Lantz comes running across the ring, trying to show Oliver that this is far from over.
And you notice not really much of a reaction from Oliver.
No.
You know, again, demoralizing. A hard left hand landed by Oliver just there.
Good body shot by Lantz. And Oliver unleashes a left. A little talking going on between these two now. That's a low shot that time, way low. Referee saying he's going to start deducting some points if these guys don't fight a little more sportsmanlike. He didn't see that low shot.
You know, you gotta give it to a guy like Oliver. You know, he sees the referee on the other side. He comes in, he says, okay, Terry, you want to get ghetto with me? Let's get ghetto.
Yeah, well, he had a good screen situation. The referee couldn't see it, and he buried that one. Got to give Lantz some credit here, Dana. He just continues. Oh, big counter right hand that time by Oliver. But Lantz continues to be right in front of Oliver. He's sticking to his game plan, though. It's really not that effective.
It's not that effective, but you do have to give him credit, like you said, for hanging in there, and he's still being offensive.
Boy, Oliver is a machine.
Lantz has landed some hard body shots. He's thrown some good punches, landed against the shoulders and arms of Oliver, but Oliver just keeps smiling. His level of fitness is extremely high, and his desire to be out there and his conditioning is just superb.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's a nice couple of right hands that time by Oliver, both scoring to the dome of Lantz. Oliver is so crafty. So he can unload 3 or 4 punches before Lantz can even react.
He just can't get off.
George, what happens to a guy like Lantz coming off of a upset win, and he hopes to pull off the same thing against Oliver, and this has been going downhill against him steadily each round?
Well, I think he seems to be wearing this look of frustration even more in the corner than he's fighting with some determination when he's out there. But when he goes back to the ring, it's as if he's sighing, saying, "What do I got to do in here?"
Now, what is the most overt sign of that frustration? Look at Lantz now trying to move laterally and throw jabs. That's not his game, especially against Mike Oliver. Not his game. That's not a good sign.
Round 4 winding down. This fight scheduled for 8 rounds tonight here at Mohegan Sun. Nice right hand that time by Oliver. Catches Lantz moving backwards. Another big round for Mike Oliver here at Mohegan Sun. Let's take a look at some action from round 4.
You can see Oliver landing that hard right hook as he moves to his left. You know, it's good southpaw stuff.
Now Lantz runs out there after every round. He runs across the ring, but once he gets there, there's not a whole lot he can do.
You know, he's trying. That's all to elicit a response, an emotional response in your opponent. You know, and again, he has to be dejected when he just looks at Oliver and Oliver just looks at him.
Put it this way: you haven't seen him run back at the end of a round, have you?
Not yet. Not yet.
Nice counter right uppercut landed by Mike Oliver.
Well, I mean, a guy who runs across the ring like that, does that ever work?
Sometimes it does, but against a guy like Oliver, he's just completely prepared for anything that Lantz has to throw his way. Right now, he's just frustrating Terry Lantz.
I do recall a guy from Cranston, Rhode Island, who occasionally would run across the ring at you.
Yeah, right. And not one of my favorite people.
Not one of your favorite guys, huh? There's a left jab that time by Lantz. Oliver really fights within himself. Yeah, not a lot of wasted motion from Oliver.
Now he keeps everything very compacted. and really does his damage inside. A punch that Oliver hasn't used that much of tonight, just based on the style of Lantz, has been his uppercut, his left uppercut, especially his left uppercut to the body. It's a punishing left uppercut that he used in his last fight with Gonzalez to produce that late round knockout. Here, hasn't really had the opportunity to use that left uppercut that much.
You know, Lantz hit Oliver to the body with the right hand, right in the left rib, and Oliver kind of covered that up a little bit. I wonder if Lantz is going to try to go to the body a little bit more here.
He's trying to go to the body in clinches, which is about the only time he can get Mike to hold still.
Well, that's Lance's fight. He's got to just fight it rough.
This shot there, maybe. We still have a long way to go.
Right. You know, just because you're in a clinch doesn't mean you got to stop fighting. I mean, some guys take that off to rest, and the idea is you know, use it to punish the other guy until the referee shows up and stops you.
Lantz continues to push forward, and Oliver continues to counter effectively. Oliver sticking his tongue out at the corner of Lantz. Obviously feeling supremely confident right now. He really doesn't need to do that at this stage.
He just does what he does. You know, that's the kind of control that Oliver has in this fight. He can pretty much showboat and play, and then come back and land hard punches.
Besides, that tongue is about as close as the most emotion you're going to get Mike to show during a fight. He'll let it out afterward, but
Round 5 coming to a conclusion here. Another strong round for Mike Oliver from Hartford, Connecticut, unbeaten at 12-0, certainly leading here after 5.
And win.
All right, let's check the corner of Mike Oliver. Very confident corner. Let's listen in.
This is Mike. Champions got to deal with whatever comes. You hear me? Whatever happens. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're getting stronger. Take that water. Let's go.
It's pretty accurate. He seems to be getting stronger, Dana.
Oh, he most definitely is, and this is the time where Oliver tends to shine. It's again the level of fitness that he has. It comes in and it shows itself here in the later rounds, and you know, it tends to wear out his opponents because Oliver's not a particularly hard puncher. It's just that he can keep punching.
Right.
Keep punching.
George, the scorecard after 5 rounds.
50-45, Mike Oliver right now.
Oliver again, nice counter right hook there.
Well, Lantz is going to have to throw some caution to the wind here. He's got to do something dramatic to get back in the fight.
And I'm not sure what that would be.
When a guy like Lantz lets a fight go for 5 rounds and really hasn't made any damaging impression on Oliver, then it tends to be much more difficult because right up until this point, Lantz has to have already done some damage to start to wear down a guy like Oliver, right, because he's not going to beat him on points, obviously.
So, Lantz can't beat him to the punch, so there's really not a whole lot he can do except maybe work the inside and hope to wear him down, but time's running out for that.
Yeah, he's got to make it rough. Left uppercut landed by Oliver as he steps back.
And Oliver looks in such great condition, Dan. It looks like he could do this all night long.
He doesn't look not an ounce winded or fatigued in any way, shape, or form. Not physically, not cardiovascularly. Just looks to be just going through the motions out there.
He's not breathing heavy at all. It's remarkable. Nice left hand that time. Again, another left. And again, the speed of Lantz is beginning to be sapped. His strength is sapped a little bit. And mentally, he's drained as well.
That was another classic move there. He missed with the jab and came back and got him with the backhand.
He don't get you one way, he'll get you the other.
I think at this point, Lantz must be thinking, you know, what do I have to do to get through here? Because you're right, Dana, he's a real strong guy. He's in great condition. It's just that Oliver is just too good a boxer for him.
Yeah, there's really not a lot he can do. It's really a frustrating fight. Actually, it can really be a more punishing fight than some other fights because Oliver's not a big one-punch guy.
Right.
So unfortunately, he tends to hit you and hit you and hit you and hit you with a little bit easier shots. At the same time, you know, they can tend to do a lot more damage over a period of time.
It's an accumulation of punches as round 6 comes to a close.